Man, take the leap. Get out of that J.O.B and live your life. So many of us have been caught in the trap. We've been corralled into a life that we never really wanted. And why is that? Because we've listened. We've listened and we've been conditioned for so many years to do the smart thing, to get a job, to start a family, to settle down, to do the same thing, the comfortable thing, the safe thing, for years and years on end, then retire, and then you can do what you want. But that's 40, 50 years away. Do we really want to be living that sort of life for that long? And then when we get to old age, that's when we're free? Really? No. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is live while we are young. Do what we want to do when we are young. So, part of that is getting away from doing work that you don't like, that is not connected to you, that has no physical, emotional, spiritual connection to anything that you are. That's where we don't need to be. So, what we need to do is get out of our comfort zone. Do what we want to do. Find a way to make it work. Find a way to live the life that we want, and find a way where we can finance our lives. Some way where we can support ourselves while we live the life that we want to live. I'm not saying that's easy. I'm not saying that as soon as you quit your job, it's all going to be roses and peaches. It's not. But it doesn't have to be as complicated and difficult as people make it out to be. And it isn't. It does require work. It requires sacrifice. Absolutely. But you can do it. You can. And at any age. It doesn't matter. I did it when I was 40. So if I can do it, you can do it. Now, you've got those questions in your head. But I've got responsibilities. I've got obligations. I've got to support my family. I've got to support my parents. I've got to support myself. I've got bills to pay. I've got a mortgage to pay. I've got car repayments, etc. How am I just supposed to give up this job? How am I supposed to just do what I want? I'm glad you asked that. I'm glad you asked that, gentlemen, because today I'm going to give you a 5-step plan to help you take that leap and get out of that J.O.B. The first thing I want you to do is not to quit your job immediately. What I would like for you to do is, if it's possible, is to save up at least 3 to 6 months worth of emergency funds. Why do you want to do this? Well, once you quit your job, if you want to find another job, or if you're starting a career that you really want, chances are you might not be able to get it off the ground immediately. And what happens if you get sick in that time? What happens if a family member gets sick in that time? How are you going to support them? It's always good to have that cushion behind you. If you can't do that, you just want to leave immediately, then do it. Hey, who am I to stop you? But always having 3 to 6 months of your salary behind you is always something that will give you much more peace of mind financially. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to find things in your life that you really like doing. That you really like, that light you up. I want you to write those things down, whatever they are. I want you to take the top 10 things of those things that you've written down, the top 10, I want you to break them down into your top 3. And then, after you've written down those top 3 things, I want you to think really carefully about how you could possibly monetize those 3 things. Whichever one of those things really appeals to you, whichever way you can monetize that thing appeals to you, then go for that. Now think carefully about that, gentlemen. You want to have something that will sustain you through all the tough times, because there's going to be some, especially if you're going to do the thing that you want to do. Having said that, let's move on to step number 3. Surround yourself with people who are doing the thing that you want to do. There's no faster way to be able to succeed in the thing that you want to do than to be around people who are already doing it. Because that shortens your learning curve. They can teach you how to do it. And how do you find that? Well, simple. Go to the places where they hang out. Find a group that does the thing that you want to do. You can always go to a website like Meetup and find groups who are doing the things that you want to do. There's plenty of those around. But whatever it is, surround yourself with those people and they will help you. Or at least they will give you a much better direction of where to go rather than doing it all on your own. Now, the fourth thing that I want you to do, and this is more, rather than do, so think, is this. You're going to have a lot of voices in your head. From friends, family, partners. They're all going to say the things. They're all going to say, what are you doing? You can't just do that. What about us? What about the money? What about blah, 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 blah. You're going to have that, gentlemen. What I want you to do is this. Realize two things. One, it's your life. Yours. You're responsible for your life. Two, those voices are just voices only. They're not you. They're just opinions. Those people who say all those things, they've lived that experience just because they've been brainwashed into it. And they're not doing anything about it, but you are. So always remember those two things. The other thing I want you to remember is this. Don't give up. Because you're doing something, or you're going to do something, that you want to do. Now, it's going to be hard. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have setbacks. But don't give up. It's your life we're talking about here. Your one and only life. So go for it. Take the leap. Most people will never do that, and they live a life that they didn't want. Don't be that person. The fifth thing, the fifth step, if all else fails, you can always go back to a 9 to 5. They'll always be there. Honestly, there are so many jobs around. They will be there. You'll find something. If the thing that you really want to do fails, you've always got that safety net. So, if you have that, if you can always go back to that, why not? Go for it. Do the thing that you want to do. And go for it. Get out of your comfort zone. In fact, smash your comfort zone. Just do it. If it scares you or makes you a little afraid, do that. That's where the living is, gentlemen, on the edge. Woo! I feel better now. But gentlemen, if you found this video of any value, please give us a like down below. Remember to subscribe for daily motivational videos just like this one. And if you are prepared to take the leap and you want someone by your side to guide you through step by step towards living the life that you want, then please sign up for my Mentor coaching program. I will work with you one-on-one to help you break through your mental barriers and to help you plan out a life that is right for you, a life that you really want to live, and to help you become the best version of yourself. Gentlemen, until next time, get out there, get amongst it, and become the best version of yourself. Man-credible.